How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, it's like 12:15. I can't sleep, so I've decided to drop a vlog. This one, as you can see from the title, is going to be on like police interviews, and make sure you've got decent legal representation. Right? Never, ever, 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 ever go into a police interview without a solicitor present. Never, never. Just don't do it. Just trust me. It's in your best interest. Always, always have legal representation. I don't care how big or how small your charge is. Always have legal representation. Trust me. Right, guys. So obviously, it's aimed at those that are going to find themselves in the firing line, arrested for the first time, and stuff like that. Now, obviously, you've been arrested. You get to the police station. They book you in. They'll ask you if you want legal representation. Right? If you don't know a company off the top of your head, ask to look at the list and then pick one at random, and hope they're good, because like I say, you want to have decent legal representation, because some solicitor firms are better than others. Now, people that don't know will say, oh well, no, they all do the same job. Trust me, I've had good solicitors, I've had bad solicitors. Communication is something that I look for, and also a decent solicitor that's actually going to speak and defend me and give me good advice. Some just sit back and they'll just let you like, yeah, I'm not really here, but just whatever, you know what I'm saying? You want someone that's going to fight for you. And like I say, if you're tied into a charge and stuff, say that it goes to court and stuff like that, you're going to want to make sure you've got a decent barrister and a decent solicitor firm, and you're getting good advice, because it's not like you wake up and you're like, well, what colour t-shirt do I wear today? What hoodie do I wear? What like pair of shoes do I wear? It's a decision that can impact the rest of your life, because good legal representation are going to fight for you and are going to give you a better chance. A shit solicitor firm could send you down the river and tell you to plead guilty on charges when there's not that much evidence against you, because they don't really give a shit. And like I say, it's your freedom that's at liberty. It's not like I say, it's not like waking up and saying, what do I wear today? It's the difference between freedom or a custodial sentence, if the charge is severe enough to warrant a potential custodial sentence and stuff. But obviously, if you've been arrested for the first time, you're not going to know. You're going to be like, well, how can I tell if it's a good solicitor or a bad solicitor? I've just spoken to someone very recently, actually, in the last few days. Lovely guy. I'm not going to go into the charge or anything like that. It's GBH, to be honest with you, even though I just said I weren't going to go into it. It's a Section 18, right? But the circumstances and stuff, he's going not guilty. He's running trial. I won't give you his name or the area, but as soon as he mentioned the solicitor name, I was like, the shit, because they've got a bad reputation. I know that because obviously I've had people that were represented by him. So I said, look, if I was you, I would I give him numbers for other solicitor firms, said these are proper solicitor firms. I said, what you've got to ask yourself is, are you happy with how they're coming to you and about the charge and stuff? And they're telling him to plead guilty to the Section 18 and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, it doesn't warrant, it's not with intent at all. The CPS are playing hardball though and won't give him a lesser charge, but he's looking into changing solicitors and stuff. Hopefully there's still time and he can do that and stuff. But like I say, guys, when you're arrested, it's widely accepted that if you are guilty of the offence, you'll go no comment. Even if you've got a solicitor, right? When you have a solicitor and you're sat in a police cell, or you've gone into you have like a little room and you sit down and you talk to your solicitor. For your solicitor to do the best job for you and give you the best advice, you have to give him all the facts. There's no point lying to him. He's not a copper. He is there to defend you and to give you the best advice, reliant upon it could be a zero disclosure where they give you nothing up front. It could be a partial disclosure where they give you a part of it. It's like a game of poker, guys. It really, really is. Now, the police have got they've got what they've got against you. They could be bluffing and they've got nothing on you. They could have a little bit, but you're like the jigsaw. You're the box with all the pieces. They're trying to shake you to give them the pieces, which then paints a picture for them. And like I say, it's all, you're filling in slots for them and filling in holes, and then it's lines of inquiries and stuff. And like I say, it can actually implicate other people if you're silly enough to start talking and stuff. So if you are guilty of an offence, it's widely accepted that you would go no comment, or you could drop a prepared statement. In the prepared statement, you deny the allegation against you, and then like I say, it's a game of chess, because then the partial disclosure, they could then come back. You dropped a prepared statement. Then they say, right, we're going to stop the interview. There'll be another interview, but then we're going to bring you further disclosure. So like I say, it's either a fishing exercise where they're trying to set you up, and like I say, they're trying to get the information. But are you biting? Are you biting? Are you biting? You're not biting. Then, like I say, they've got to go out and investigate it and stuff. If you're talking, if you're not guilty of the offence, I would tell you to give a version of events. I wouldn't ever, if you're not guilty and you've got nothing to hide, right, and you're nothing to do with it, it's in your interest to actually give a version of events. Like I say, when your back's up against the wall and you know the charges, you know what's against you and stuff, that there's been a disclosure, whether it's partial or full, and like I say, it's the old game of cat and mouse. It is the strictest game of poker. If you lose, you can end up being charged and end up going to prison, right, or being remanded into prison, depending on the severity of your case and stuff. It just goes on that way, guys. Like I say, the police are very persistent and stuff. They've got certain ways they ask questions and stuff like that. And like I say, even if it's not relevant to your case, they'll ask you about relationships, who do you live with, and it's all about painting a picture and getting information, getting you talking and stuff. And like I say, I've had it where I was pulled out of a cell at 3 o'clock in the morning, and some muppet who beat my sister up, who then ran to the police when Big Brother got involved, right? The police were showing me pictures of my sister. I'd just been dragged out of a cell, 3 bells in the morning, right? Showing me pictures of my sister's face after being given a kicking by this guy. What were the police trying to do? They're trying to get an emotional response from me. If I kick off and show anger, it helps their case, doesn't it? Because it's like, right, he's got that in him. You know what I'm saying? So obviously I'm very, very cool when it comes to police interviews and stuff. I love being in police interviews, right? I'm out of crime now, guys, but I used to love the game and stuff. If I was tied in with somebody else, no comment all day, every day. Or drop a prepared statement, deny the allegation, bam, carry on, no comment. If I'm on my own and it's only around me and stuff, I will give a version of events. Never name anyone. I've never named one single person. I do not drop statements to the police. I've just gone to prison and dealt with it, because like I say, you live by the code, you die by the code. To me, loyalty isn't a word, it's a way of life. And I stick by that. Even though I'm out of that crime circle now, I stick to it to this day. Now, like I say, guys, with the police and stuff like that, they don't have to give you any disclosure. They can hold it back, wait to see what you say, and then what they'll do, they can think, right, we'll come at it again. We'll give them a partial disclosure, and then see if that gets you talking or something. And like I say, if you watch the program below, right, the 24 hours in police custody, the conspiracy to murder, right, that's a very, 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 very interesting case. It'll show you the arrest. It'll show you the situation when they're in the police station. It will show you the police interview and stuff like that, so you can see how it works and stuff. They can be visual, and they're also audio, but they can be visual as well. Depends on the severity of the charge. If it's murder, attempted murder, things like that, then ordinarily it's played and stuff, and people upstairs can watch it. Like I say, it's the old game of cat and mouse and stuff. So then they dropped partial disclosure, right? And then he said, right, we're going to stop this interview, and then we're going to do another interview, and then we're going to drop more disclosure. And it's all aimed at, like, they're trying to narrow it down to you, to being part of this conspiracy that in the previous vlog that I've dropped, right? And you can, when you're tied in with someone like that, you've got two choices. You can grass, which I don't agree with snitching in that instance. If you live by that code and you're involved and you're up to your eyeballs, you're part of the conspiracy. Just deal with it. You go no comment. You don't start speaking, and then, like I say, he went no comment, and then he dropped a prepared statement where he implicated his brother and stuff. Like I say, I don't agree with grassing. If you watch the program, I'm not going to spoil it for you and tell you what happened and stuff. All I'll say is 100%. Right, that's all I'm saying. I know, right? Obviously, there's other people that have commented and stuff. It's crystal clear. But like I say, guys, the difference between good legal representation and bad legal representation can literally be the difference between getting off or going to prison. Or obviously in the middle, you've got like community orders and all that sort of stuff as well. But a good barrister and a good brief, right, a good caseworker leading up to your case and stuff. There's a time to put right, when if you're in on your own and stuff. There's a time to box, and there's a time to stand off. There's a time to box. There's a time to stand off. If you're in with other people, you've got to go no comment. It's as simple as that. If you are implicated in a crime and you have knowledge of it, a little bit of knowledge, a lot of knowledge, part of it, conspiracy, whatever it is, right? You've got to go no comment because you're codes and stuff. But the thing is, not everyone lives by this code. When it comes to serious charges and you're up in the dock, people start pointing the finger and it's like, well, hold on, you boys, you're part of something. Right? Don't start serving other people up and being labelled a grass and turning QE. For those that don't know, QE stands for Queen's Evidence and stuff. It goes on that way, and it's very angry. I don't like it and stuff like that. Like I say, if you're not guilty, give a version of events, right? Because you've got nothing to hide. When you've got something to hide, obviously you batten down the hatches. You go no comment. When it comes to police interviews as well, it's well advised that I've always been told from the first ever arrest I was told, and I've kept it in my mind. You either comment or you don't comment. You can't have your foot in and answer some questions and then not answer others because it just rips holes in you. And like I say, they're trying to trip you up, implicate other people, lines of inquiries and stuff like that. The police are, like I say, the police are very conniving. They're very underneath and stuff. And with fewer police on the streets, they're charging people with higher charges, trying to hustle them into prison so they can get more because it looks better on them, it reflects better and stuff with the CPS when it comes to convictions and stuff like that. The police are underhanded, they stitch people up, the police are riddled with corruption and stuff. Honest police, you're joking, aren't you? If you look at the headlines, corruption, 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 it goes on that way. But like I say, guys, if you're arrested for the first time, my advice, always have legal representation. Always be open and honest with your solicitor because for them to give you the best advice, you've got to give them the truth. If you lie to them, it's going to be counterproductive because if you say I don't know anything, they'll say, well, give a version of events. You give a version of events, they start tying you knots, you forget what you're saying, blah, blah, blah. To be a good liar, you've got to have a good memory. It's as simple as that. And like I say, but you do get people that start pointing the finger at each other. If you live by the code and stuff and you're a hardened criminal and you're all about loyalty and you live that life, no comment, right? Especially if you're tied in with other people, you go no comment. If the evidence is against you and they're trying to get evidence from you, right? If you give them that evidence, and then like I say, it just opens a fucking floodgate and it can lead to all sorts of problems. And you loose lips sink ships and stuff. It's as simple as that. So by dropping a prepared statement, you deny the allegation. And then you'll say, as a matter of courtesy, I will answer no comment to any further question. The solicitor in the video below was extremely good. Right, I know a good solicitor from a bad solicitor because unfortunately I've had a lot of them because I was involved with a lot of crime, which isn't a good thing. It's quite a shameful thing. But if you've been arrested for the first time, you're not going to know a good solicitor from a bad solicitor. But what you've got to ask yourself is, are you happy with what they're saying? And then if you speak to other people, like this guy that's been speaking to me on the phone, I've actually said to him, I just said to him straight, are you happy? No. Look at another legal team. And what they're telling him to plead guilty to, he shouldn't be plead guilty to a Section 18 with intent because they look at the circumstances, it doesn't warrant that. But the CPS are playing hardball and not giving him the option of the lower charge, which is well over the threshold for, and he would plead guilty to. But I told him, do not plead guilty on a Section 18 wounding with intent. End up breaking this guy's jaw. That's all I'm saying, right? But the circumstances that led up to it and blah, 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 mitigating, aggravating, yeah, you know how it is. So that's that, guys. So it's not a decision to be made lightly and stuff. There's too many solicitors out there that are getting paid whacking wages and barristers, and they do the bare minimum. They don't fight and something like that. Now, for me, I want a solicitor that's going to fight for me like they would for their son or for their father or for their daughter, right? That's what I want from my solicitor. From my barristers and from my solicitor, I want good communication, good advice. Like I say, with me, example, right? I was looking at a minimum of 19 months for threatening my sister's ex-boyfriend, right? I was going to run trial, right? 2 of the witnesses didn't turn up because they thought I was going to do them in, right? Which obviously I wasn't because I'm like a law-abiding citizen. So I was in the court and stuff. I thought, I'm not fucking waiting around for the police managed to get hold of them. They said they'd be in there 4 hours. I thought, I'm not waiting around for 4 hours. The CPS don't want to wait around for 4 hours. So I actually thought, there's a time to fight and there's a time to throw your hand in. And I said to my solicitor, I said, look, have a word with the CPS, see if they'll accept a lesser charge. I'll plead guilty to the lesser charge. Because the evidence was against me, guys. I was going to get convicted. My starting point went from 19 months down to a matter of weeks. Simple as that. I was convicted, went to prison. Usual shit, different day. But that's the thing, guys. There's a time to fight and there's a time to throw your hand in and stuff. And you can't show your hand too early, but if you show it too late, then you won't get any credit for pleading guilty because obviously it'll be taken away from you. There's different things that can play out, guys. But like I say, the criminal justice system, it's a mug's game. But like I say, you need a good solicitor and a decent barrister behind you and stuff. Simple as that, guys. Anyway, I've waffled on, guys, yeah. So I don't know if this video is the best, to be honest. I'm tired, I'm ratty, I'm warm, and my thought process is all over. It's just probably come across in the video. Let me know what you think about the video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Watch the video below, guys. Very, very interesting watch. Let me know if you think he's guilty or if he wasn't guilty. And I'll speak to you all soon. Cody out.